everybody, and welcome to the MTG Upkeep. I haven't recorded a video in a long time, and I apologize for the bad webcam recording here, but I really had something I wanted to get out there to the community. There have been a lot of videos made lately, specifically about PucaTrade and about Future Site. And I wanted to throw one out that was a little bit of a different point of view. There's been a lot of very negative press about it, and I will fully admit, I've been a huge fan of PucaTrade in the past, and when the new site came out, there were a lot of bugs, there were a lot of issues, and it took them a number of weeks to sort of get most of them fixed out. I'm a web developer by trade myself. I certainly understand the pain of shoving out a new release and then needing to fix all the bugs that tend to come with that. It's impossible not to have them. But I'm not here to talk about that because, at least for me, I understand there's still some people out there that have issues with their browsers or computers. For myself, the site's working fine now, besides a few small bugs. I still can't open cases against domestic trades that are like 26 days old. It tells me I need to wait 28 days. But what I wanted to specifically talk about was the fact that everyone out there is saying that they don't get trades anymore, that nothing's coming through, no one's trading, that the site has gone dead. I was actually feeling the same way for a while. One of the biggest boons of Future Site that came to me was that being able to trade not mint cards meant suddenly I was able to trade away. I got like about 50,000 Puca points worth of slightly played to moderately played old cards from Antiquities, Beta, Legends, and some other older sets. So I was able to suddenly get a ton of points, and I thought it was great. And I sat back and waited to get some of those cards that had been on my list for a long time and I'd never gotten. And they kept not coming. And they kept not coming. And then finally I realized something. And it was about 3 or 4 days ago. It hit me that one of the best features that I like about the new PucaTrade is the fact that they have the package trade deal. So you go to your gift cards, you go to the package trades, and it shows you here's the best package you can send for the most points. And I've been using that myself. I've sent away a lot of packages with like 50 cards in them. It's been great. But it hit me that I thought that might be the problem I was having as well, because what I had on my want list at the time, I had a lot of cards on my want list, but they were a lot of staples. Like I had a bunch of the fetch lands, I had a bunch of the shock lands, things that don't get traded that much anyway and are worth a lot of points by themselves. Or I also had a lot of cards that were just expensive cards to begin with. So, $50 cards and up. And I realized that typically, if someone has one of those cards in the past, with the old PucaTrade style before package trades, what they would do, and in fact there's a few YouTube videos and web pages about this, of people talking about, actually there was a blog post on PucaTrade about this one top trader at one point. It was a couple years ago, and he was saying how he would find a card he had that he wanted to trade, he'd search, he'd find somebody who wanted it, then he would go and click through to that to see what else that person wanted and see what else he could dig up. But the point was, he was making the trade of that one card to that one person and then coming up with other things. At this point with package trades, though, people aren't trading that way. People aren't seeing, well, I want to find whoever's on the top of the list, gold member or offering a bounty or not, and then see what else I might be able to send them. Otherwise, I'm sending them this one card. They're entering all of their cards, and then they're clicking to see what's the best package deal. So that means, for example, if you're just wanting a bunch of specific, expensive, or heavily desired cards, there's probably a good chance that when someone goes to click, you're wanting Bloodstained Mire. When someone goes to send a Bloodstained Mire because they have one, they're not just looking for that one, right? They're putting all of their wants into their list. They're clicking package trade. And they're going to pick the person with the highest package. Which means if you're wanting a bunch of fetch lands and they only have a Bloodstained Mire, well, they're not going to pick you because it's only going to be one card. But the guy who wants a Bloodstained Mire and a few other small things, they're going to get that trade. So I sat back a few days ago and I went, okay, I need to expand my want list to not just try to get just these very expensive cards. I really extended my want list. I went in there, I had 2 different commander decks I was working on putting together. They were low priority for me, but it was something I wanted to do. I threw all the cards I wanted for those, some really cheap, down to, like 15 Puka Point cards, up to, 1,000 Puka Point cards. I also went, and there was a whole bunch of like modern staples I didn't have, but inexpensive-ish ones, and commander staples I didn't have. Like I didn't have any Wormcoil engines, or I had one, and I'd like a full playset. I needed 3 more Skull Clamps to have a playset, etc. I started putting a bunch of stuff like that on there so that now my want list was full of some cheap cards, some expensive cards, a bunch of stuff in between, some common stuff worth a couple hundred. And suddenly the trades started rolling in, and they were all package trades, and they all have like between 5 to 10 cards in them. Within the last 4 days, I've had, I think, 12 trades come in the last 4 days for over 8,000 points overall. And it re-inspired me. I've been sending out more trades because of that. But I think that's what it is. I think the issue is it's not that people aren't trading anymore. It's that the nature of trading has changed because package trades are so compelling. If I have one card, I don't want to just send you the one card. I want to send you one card and 5 others. Even if they're worth 10 Puka Points each, that's still more efficient for me to do. So because of that, because package trading is there, and I love package trading as a trader, as someone receiving, that means you need to add more things. You need to have a varied album of cards you're wanting, of different types, of commander staples, of modern, of all sorts of different things, cheap things to expensive things, so that you end up coming up as a good, lucrative package trade to someone, and then the cards will come to you. Again, it's just something that I realized, like just today. I realized it a few days ago. I tried it out, and today it's been great. In fact, 5 of those trades have come in today. One of them just like a half hour ago, which inspired me to make this video. I do apologize for the quality of the video. I haven't done any editing. I know I'm not going to do any editing. I'm just throwing this up real quick after I'm done with it. I just wanted to get this out there to let people know and to get people thinking about that. Thanks so much for listening to me if you were here. And don't forget, remember your upkeep.